What's going on, everybody? Happy Monday and welcome to another Art of War tournament breakdown video. This week we're going to go through the SoCal Open, a long-standing Warhammer tournament in America. One of the longest, actually. I think it's been going on for over 10 years over here. And traditionally it's been won by Orcs recently, but not this year. This year we've got our new Chaos Overlords taking over in force. And we're going to unpack exactly how that is. Every single week on this channel, we go through different tournament results, go through what's won, breaking down the lists, breaking down the factions, the path to victory, the tournament formats, and anything weird and cool that happened that's worth noteworthy from the tournament. We do things at GT level and super major level and all things in between. And that's only just the tip of the iceberg for the kinds of content you can get here on our channel. We do tier lists, we do games, we do fix my list videos, build list videos, all kinds of content surrounding competitive Warhammer. So if you want to learn competitive Warhammer, learn the game, and become your best, I highly recommend liking this video, leaving us a comment what you think about this video, and finally subbing to the channel so you can get notified whenever we produce awesome content just like this, which is every Monday through Friday, ladies and gentlemen, so get with the program, obviously. Well, so today we have a barn burner of an event. We've got Chaos Space Marines coming in first and second of the Frontline Gaming SoCal Open. And we're just going to get right on into it. So here is the results from the placings. This can all be found on the Best Coast Pairings website or the BCP app on your phone. You will need to subscribe. It's like $5 a month. It gets you access to all the tournament data for every game system that's in there. Personally, I subscribed years ago and I have never looked back. So we've got Arthur 2 from the Xenos Petting Zoo with Word Bearers. Now, Word Bearers is a fancy word for CSM because Word Bearers are no longer a rules-supported legion. Although with codexes coming out, hopefully in the near future, they'll get rules again. James Carmona, long-time competitive Warhammer player, going undefeated with Black Legion right off the bat, also Chaos Space Marines. Ruben Zhao with White Scars, and I do believe this was using the new Space Marine Codex, so that'll be very interesting to see. And then Alex Spathopoulos, I hope I didn't ruin that, with Dark Angels going 5-1. So we had 3 undefeated players in this tournament, which is a byproduct of being a super major event with only 6 rounds. So they're going to use, I'm not sure what their first tiebreaker was, whether it was battle points or opponent win percentage or what, but we got 1, 2, 3, first, second, third. Then our first not undefeated player in 4th place, Alex Dark Angels. Mike Matire with Blood Angels, also going 5-1. Ben Jurek, a name we see often in these leaderboards, going 5-1 with Eldari. Fantastic faction still. Cooper Wada with 5-1 result with Tyranids. The Tyranids are an army that I have mad respect for because I play against John. His Tyranids are absolutely menacing. But I don't think they've been putting up results all around the globe as much as I'd expect them to for how strong their army is. But here, 5-1 from Cooper. Excellent showing. Matt Geyer, another top competitor, going 5-1 with Adeptus Mechanicus, scoring 300s and a 97. Do you see that, ladies and gentlemen? We're going to have to unpack that one. Junior Alafe with Flehi with Leagues of Votan, 5-1 record. Again, super amazing show. Adam Dye with 5-1 result with Chaos Space Marines. And then in 10th place, we've got Blood Angels rounding it out with 5-1 there. 5-1 Sisters with in 12th. 5-1 Demons in 13th, 5-1 Death Guard in 14th, Grey Knights 5-1 in 15th, Astra Militarum, and then finally a repetitive faction, Eldari, then CSM, Tyler's of his Orcs, and then more Orcs from Richard Kilton coming in 1920th. All 5-1 records. There's a lot of 5-1 records. 21 5-1 records with Chris Shelton rounding it out with, I guess that's a draw technically. So we've got 20 people who went 5-1 or better at this event. We're going to go through and unpack their armies, how they did, all that stuff. So Arthur 2, 5-1. Let's take a look over at his list here. So Arthur's got Word Bearers, also known as War Bears. Chaos Lord Dark Commune, which is Mark of Undivided. Another Dark Commune that's Mark of Undivided, and a Master Possession Mark of Undivided. So a lot of Undivided stuff going on, trying to make use of that reroll everything strat. 10 Miracle Cultists, 10 Tzeentch Cultists. Ooh, you never see Tzeentch Cultists. That's just to give them lethal 5s. Technically, you could spend a CP to bring back a model. That's rarely ever going to happen. 1, 2, 3 Rhinos. 2 big bricks of Accursed Cultists joined by those Dark Communes. 10 Undivided Chosen, 10 more Undivided Chosen, 1 joined by a Lord, 1 joined by that Master of Possession. 5 Noise Marines, 5 Noise Marines. I believe those two ride together in the third Rhino here. Nice little fire package there. Then we've got a unit of 4 Undivided Obliterators. Has this man heard of the Vect ability? I guess not. I mean, he's won this tournament. So 4 Oblits, 2x5 Noise Marines, and a Rhino, 2 Nurgling Squads, 20 Chosen smashing in, and then 2 Accursed Cultist bricks. Super strong army. A lot of raw power. Not the double Forge Fiend that we typically see in competitive CSM list. And no Abaddon to be seen there either. So it's kind of a hybrid of the Accursed Cultist build and the Chosen build, which is really interesting to see. James Carmona in second place. He's got Abaddon, so this is more a classical build. Dark Commune with Mark of Nurgle. And Harkin World Claimer. You rarely ever see Harkin World Claimer doing anything in the tournament scene, so I'm super excited about this. I love that man. 10 Tzeentch Cultists. What is with California and these Tzeentch Cultists? I mean, Lethal Hits on 5s does amp up the Cultist pain train, but are we really using Cultists for their pain train? Big unit of Accursed Cultist Nurgle. That's going to keep him from getting shot. Abaddon joined to 5 Terminators. This is a really interesting pick. You don't really see the in-between spot here. You typically go for 10-man Terminators or 0 Terminators in your Abaddon builds. But 5 is pretty interesting. And then we've got 1, 2 Forge Fiends. 1's Undivided, 1 Nurgle. That's a classic combo. Oh, the Nurgle Hellbird, a man after my heart. This is going to amp up the damage on everybody in town. Basically, we've got lethal and sustain 5s to hit, and then Abaddon's going to stand there giving reroll hits, and everything just goes to 11 when you're getting hit by this. 5 Noise Marines. Interesting to see Noise Marines doing so well over in the West Coast over here. That's great. 4 Nurgle Blitz, and a 10-man unit of Undivided Raptors featuring 4 Melting Guns and a Power Fist joined by Harkin. I'm very curious to see how James actually used that unit on the table. I know James is a super aggressive player, tries to just, get it over with fast and furious style. So I wonder if he's just running them across table and threat overloading with that. That's pretty cool. Ruben Zhao with his White Scars. Ruben's got an Apothecary Biologist, a Tech Marine, 6 Aggressors with the Boltstorm Gauntlets, and this is White Angels. This is actually Blood Angels, the faction. So 6 Aggressors, 3 Assault Centurions, another unit you basically never see ever. Really interesting pick there. 3 Eradicators, 3 Inceptors with Assault Bolters, 3 Inceptors with Plasma, Incursors, Infiltrators, a Land Raider for those Aggressors, a Librarian Dreadnought. That's something that's been, I've seen a little bit more popular in the Blood Angel list recently, and it's a pretty interesting niche pick there. Repulsor, Executioner, Scout Squad, Storm Speeders, Thunderstrike, and a Whirlwinds. This is a pretty balanced army. I know Blood Angels have abilities to go back in reserve and kind of come down and hit your opponent. Not really running like Sanguinary Guard and Death Company, those Blood Angel character units that you love and see, but it's cool to see Blood Angels able to put up some results here anyway. Alex Spathopoulos, hopefully I'm not destroying that, with Dark Angels. We've got an Ancient Terminator armor with the Pennant of Remembrance, Azrael, and a Lieutenant with the Shroud of Heroes. A big old 10-man Deathwing Command Squad that's basically unkillable, -1 damage and just brutality coming out of this thing. 4 wounds each on the Storm Shield models. Then we've got big old Hellblaster unit, nice 10-man. They shoot you back when they die. They shoot you on Overwatch. These are shooting you every 5 minutes, and it's painful. Unit of 3 Inceptors with Plasma, a Dark Shroud, an 2 Executioners, 3 Executioners. This man is here to bring the pain to your train station. Oh my god. Boom, boom, boom. Death, death, death. That's what this is. Trying to shoot you with 3 Repulsor Executioners, hold the midline with 10 Terminators, and then, there's also 10 Blasters and Inceptors, a Dark Shroud, some Scouts and Localities. Fantastic pain army over here. No joke about how that did so well. And then, just because I want to see what these Blood Angels are up to, Mike Matire over here with the Blood Angels with an Apothecary Biologist, a Chaplain with a Jump Pack, and Lamar TC. This feels more like Blood Angels. We got 6 Aggressors with the Bolt Storms, 10 Death Company with Jump Packs. They got 10 Inferno Pistols, 10 Power Fists, strong unit there. 2 Gladiator Lancers, a Land Raider Redeemer for that Aggressor Squad. 10 Vanguard Vets with Jump Packs. A double Vindicator? I love me some Vindicators. I think people are sleeping on Vindicators. So, and an Eversor. You don't really see the Eversor much. So 2 Vindicators and a Redeemer and 2 Lancers. That's a huge amount of armor with a lot of firepower coming out of it. Lots of anti-tank shots, lots of anti-infantry shots, lots of overwatch potential with the Land Raider. Inside the Land Raider, you have those classic aggressors. 10 Death Company for a good countercharge or first strike with jumping up and forward. 10 Vanguard vets also doing so. So it's just a strong faction over here. But nice balanced Space Marine list. So let's see kind of what our win paths are. We're going to keep going through the list as we go through them, but I want to see how Arthur 2 managed to win with his word bearers. Round we played Adam Funk. Adam Funk is doing Sisters. I wonder if this is our Sisters player who ended 5-1. Let's find out. No, that was Keith Barry. So looks like Arthur knocked out some Sisters round 1. Then he played more Blood Angels. Very different style Blood Angels with lots of Assault Intercessors with jump packs. I didn't know Assault Intercessors could take jump packs in Blood Angels. I guess that's cool. Ball Predators. I think Ball Predators are amazing, and people are not really talking about it. 3 Ballistic Dreads. Those are fantastic. 3 Redemptor Dreads. You know how I feel about Redemptor Dreads. This is talk about an offensive armor force. Benjamin Britt over here. This is round 3. Benjamin's playing more Blood... Does everyone in California only play Blood Angels? Like, what am I looking at? Lieutenant, Tech Marine, Ball Pred, Death Company Dread, Death Company Dread, Lancer, Reaper, Predator Nally, Woman. Okay, I don't know what's going on the West Coast, but they're playing Blood Angel tank spam. What is happening? Okay, going through his win path a little bit more. We've got Nico. I swear if that was more Blood Angels. This is Thousand Sons. Thousand Sons do actually struggle versus Chaos Space Marines in general. The indirect fire if you Blitz does a lot of good work into them, and then just the lethality of everything. Thousand Sons struggle with activation locks, and then the Rhinos pose that kind of problem. And the Accursed Cultists are just difficult for them to remove effectively. So this is Triple Mutilate Vortex Beast, Triple Forge Fiend. What is happening in this Thousand Sons army? Okay, so Triple Forge can be a great counter to Chosen, but I guess not. Then we've got Jordan Glenhill with Demons. Demons going undefeated all the way up into round 5. Keeper of Secrets, Shalaxi, Changeling. I love that defensive package. Those 3 monsters, super hard to take down. 2x3 Nurglings, a Hellflayer. Interesting choices. Soul Grinder of Slanesh, a Soul Grinder of Slanesh, and a Soul Grinder of Zine. So really 6 big baddies, a Changeling, and some Nurglings, and a Chariot. Not really sure how this army is winning its games so effectively, but it did go 5-1. And then Mike McTire, our Blood Angel player we just looked at, took his only loss to Arthur 2. And this was the Blood Angels with those Vindicators we were talking about. Really awesome there. As we continue, we've got Ben Jurick's Eldari. Ben is playing his classic list with the Autarch Wayleaper with the Phoenix Gem coming back to life. Farseer, Fugin, Spirit Seer, and the Incarn. Ben loves his Incarn. 1, 2, 3 Night Spinners. You don't leave home without those. Unit of Shroud Runners, Unit of Hawks, a Viper with a Bright Lance, 5 Spiders, and 10 Wraithguard. Very light trash. Not zero trash, just light trash. 3 Night Spinners. Great characters. Eldar 101 right there. Cooper Waddell going 5-1, only losing in the final round to Ruben Zhao, who went undefeated with his White Angels. Definitely not White Scars, definitely Blood Angels. Knocking out Junior in round 2, very impressive there. Let's see what he's running. Tyranids with 2 Broodlords. This is the Vanguard Onslaughts. This is the tricky Tyranids that do all the coming up and coming down, into and out of reserves, all those shenanigans. 2 Broodlords. One's got the Neuronode. Death Leaper, Leaping Death. A Winged Tyrant with the Chameleonic trait. Chameleonic traits are cool. And another Winged Tyrant. Very rarely do you see double Flyrant. I haven't seen double Flyrant since, 9th edition. This is pretty interesting. In Execman, 10 Gene Stealers. They're going to join to those Broodlords. They're going to infiltrate. You go first. They charge turn 1. There's 20 Gene Stealers in your grill, dev wounding you. It's miserable. 2 Solo Lictors, a Maliceptor, a Neurolictor, a Ripper, a Solo Swarm. 2 units of 6 Von Ryan Sleepers, also infiltrating, really getting up and inside you should they go first, and playing a very cagey mission play game when they go second, and then to round it out, 3 Zoanthropes. Really impressive showing by our Tyranid player, Cooper, over here. Tyranids with the Vanguard style really emphasize player skill and ability to play crafty games and win that way. What's interesting is he took a 27-point loss after getting 165, 94, 61, 80. So very scrapey by wins, except for round 1 where you're probably playing someone you're better than. 27-point round 6 into Ruben's Blood Angels. And let's just refresh ourselves on this Blood Angels again. This is Blood Angels that don't really have many Blood Angel units. Aggressors, Assault Sense, Eradicators, Inceptors, Incursors, Infiltrators. A lot of Space Marine bodies in here. Dreadnought, Executioner, Thunderstriker one. So kind of a very balanced Space Marine army. I'm surprised I was able to put the Tyranids into the ground so hard there. Very interesting. Matt Geyer, top player with Adeptus Mechanicus, not a faction you hear about at all these days. Going 5-1, losing round 4 to Alex Spathopoulos with his Dark Angels. So then Matt Geyer with his Admech is running a Dominus with his Excoriating Emanation, a Dominus with the Master Annihilator, and a Manipulus with the Omni Sterilizer. Now, Admech characters, you give them the relics, and they all hit harder than what they should. Like, ludicrously hard for what they are. 1, 2, 3, 4 units of 10 Vanguard. The Vanguard reduce your objective control, even to a minimum, not to a minimum of 1, actually. It can take you to OC0, which, amazing mission play right there. Then we've got 1, 2, 3, 4 Dune Riders to house those 40 Vanguard. Very interesting. 5 Electro Priests, little 55-point unit combat. And then we've got 3 Last Cannon Chickens. Classic 18 Breachers to finish it out. So maybe a little bit less MSU stuff than I'm used to seeing. I'm used to seeing Taraxi Sterilizers and then Taser Go Chickens and all kinds of other small stuff. But this one's gone for, in addition to 18 Breachers, this one's gone for more Dune Riders, more Vanguard than I'm used to seeing. But really strong balanced list here. 18 Breachers, 4 tanks, 40 dudes that contest objectives super well and steal objectives and all that. Very strong army here. Good showing by Matt. His teammate, I believe, Junior Halafe, Flehi, I always get that wrong. Sorry, Junior. With Leagues of O10 going 5-1, losing round 2. Ted Cooper, that was the Tyranids we just took a look at. And then come clawing back up from the jaws of early defeat. We've got a Brokier Iron Master with a million different words. He's got the enhancement for Appraising Glare. We've got a 9-Year Champion with Grim Demeanor. And we've got the Call, who is the Warlord. 1 unit of 10 Hearthkin Warriors. Triple Sagittar, so he's doing the thing where you split the Hearthkin Warriors, and then you can put like a random character, or maybe three Thunderkin or whatever, into a Sagittar. Assuming they can go into them. I don't know Botan that well. 3 Thunderkin, 5 Berserks, big 10-man Hearthguard, smaller 5-man Hearthguard, and then a Land Fort, and then 1, 2, 3 units of Hernkin Pioneers. I'm a big fan of the Pioneers. I think you should be running 3 squads of these. I know last week we were looking at Battle for Salvation, which had lots of Leagues of O10 players in them, but I wasn't seeing the Hernkin Pioneers doing super well there. It wasn't very popular. I'm glad to see juniors running 3. You often saw 2 to 3 Land Forts in those builds, so I don't know if I like 1 or if I like 2, but Land Forts are pretty solid. Gone for more Hearthguard here, going for 15. I like 15. I think 15 is a good number. Chthonian Berserks, I'm not really sure what this 5-man's doing. Probably riding around that Land Fort and trying to charge something. Very okay. All these Thunderkin, very nice anti-tank. AP2 is a little soft, but you make up for it with mission play and whatnot. 06, here we go. How about 5-1? Not bad, Junior. Okay, and as we continue down in through top 10, we've got more CSM. More CSM over here. We've got Abaddon. Double Warp Smiths. Oh, we're getting weird. Weird chaos. Here we come. Double Warp Smiths. 10 Nurgle Cultists. 5-man Terminator join Abaddon. 2 Forge Fiends. Nurgle Undivided. 2x4 Blitz Undivided and Nurgle again. 1, 2, 3 Nurglings, Blue Scribes, and Changing. I like the amount of crap this is. 3 Nurglings and 2 Lone Ops is a lot of crap. And then the Warp Smiths are also Lone Ops. That's great mission play. Decent screening. I wish you had more tanks, to be honest. Only bringing 2 Forge Fiends for 2 Warp Smiths seems a little weird to me, but if it works, it works. Then we've got Benjamin Britt, who I think we looked at with the Blood Angels, losing round 3 to Arthur, who won the entire event. Congratulations, Arthur. Benjamin's got Lieutenant Double Tech Marine. People with the Tech Marines. Added to the Omnicide, target Augury Web, and Machine of the Machine War. This is gotta be the Iron Storm Spearhead. Yeah, coming out in force. 1, 2, 3 Ball Preds, 3 Death Company Dreads, Lancer, Reaper. This is what we looked at before. 2 Predator Annihilators and a Whirlwind. Vehicles upon vehicles upon vehicles. Arthur must have had a field day with his obliterators just shooting this stuff. But still, very impressive showing by Benjamin Britt over here. Keith Barry with Adeptus Sororitas having a heartbreaking round 1 defeat into a 5-1 finish. Very great comeback story there. Keith is running a Dialogus, Morvenn Vahl, Palatine with the Blade of 8 of 3 damage and whatnot, St. Celestine, and Triumph of St. Catherine. And now Triumph and the Dialogus go together, as we just learned in our recent Art of War podcast episode. Unit of 10 Sisters, 1 Immolator, double Rhino, 10 Archiflagellants. They're going to hang out in the Rhinos, which is pretty nice. These sisters might split off and go at 5 in the Immolator, 5 on foot. 10 man joins the Palatine is a pretty common move also. Archiflagellants is something I've not encountered in 10th edition, so I'm really curious what their stat line is like and how hard they hit and all that, but they have a lot of attacks. Castigator, double Crusaders, just for cheap mission play, double Mortifiers, cheap skirmish mission play, and of course the Volgons, the Vol joined the 4 Paragon Warsuits, 5 Seraphim, more cheap mission play screening. Very balanced army, awesome Sisters list. Keith, great job going 5-1 here. Jordan Gledhill with those Chaos Demons, taking his one and only loss in round 5. Let's see what he played against with this. Remember, the list here is going to be the double Keeper, Shalaxi, Changeling, double Nurglings, and then triple Soul Grinder. What even is that? Round 1, he's knocked out Knights. I can definitely see how he handles Knights with Keepers. Then we've got Jake Ortiz, who's playing Death Guard. I am surprised the Keepers were able to beat the Death Guard, but maybe by just endlessly killing them in combat, you heal. The feeling of pain is pretty tough for them. Colton Cox with GSC. I really don't know how Keepers are hanging with GSC, but if it's happening, it's happening. This could be another situation where Keepers killing them heal infinitely, and then they just don't die. Going into round 4, we've got Custodes. Keepers versus Custodes. This is a Lars triple or double Caladius, Wardens, Custodian, Bintari. I could see Keepers giving this trouble for sure. And then in the last, we lost to Arthur 2 in round 5, we know that. And in the last game, we've got Tyranids. This is the Invasion Fleet, which is the classic Feel of Pain style. Gargoyles, Gaunts, lots of MSU stuff everywhere. Pretty balanced army, honestly. Not as much Mantra Mass as you'd expect. Very interesting results here. Probably worth looking a little deeper into. Jordan Gledhill with his Chaos Demons over here. Grant Kaufman going 5-1 with Death Guard. Let's take a look at this. Chaos Lord with the Living Plate. I love this guy. He's just sitting there, standing there, doing mortals to everybody. Got the Death Guard Icon Bear to make yourself OC3 and extend the 12-inch or 15-inch or even 18-inch range of contagions. Double Plague Casters. 10 Plague Marines. He's gone for a Flamer shooting variation instead of just all bubotic weapons. Then we've got just one 10-man there, probably joined by the Icon Bear and maybe the Chaos Lord, I guess. 1 Rhino, 2 Rhino, 3 Rhino, 1, 2 Bloat Drones, 1, 2, 3 Plagueburst Crawlers, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 Nurgling units. Brigand. So a lot of Rhinos, a lot of Plagueburst Crawlers, a lot of Bloat Drones, a lot of Nurglings. So tons of mission play. He's brought extra Rhinos that he does not need just to do mission play. Having one big Plague Marine unit, I guess housing OC3 and the Lord just get the damage going the entire time. Solo Plague Casters, I'm guessing, just to hopping into the Rhinos, unlocking their legality and driving around shooting flamers at the top. I think that's pretty interesting. Very different style of Death Guard to what I've been working on. We all know how good Brigands are in Death Guard, so that's fascinating. And the 5 units of Nurglings, I love that. I've recently been thinking of going up to 3 squads myself. To see 5 is really something else. Matthew Green with Grey Knights, taking 1 loss in round 4. Who did he lose to? Mike McTire, our Blood Angel player. So these Grey Knights have a captain with the Sigil of Excellence to teleport when you shoot us. 1, 2, 3 Librarians and Drago. 5 Terminators, 10 Terminators, 5 Terminators. 10 paladins, an assassin, and an assassin, adversary, and callous. Very low on trash, really relying on 2 assassins to do it. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 characters, and 1, 2, 3, 4 units to put them in, so I'm not exactly sure what that's about. Maybe one of these characters can double join. I doubt it. I don't think so. I sincerely doubt that, so I don't know what the idea here is. Just really interesting green list. Maybe a librarian goes solo just to go 3-inch away and do a cheeky action, or like get some very good mortal damage going out without having to put 10 Terminators in a weird spot. I could see that. Light on stuff, not running strikes is strange to me. The adversary is strange to me. But this is obviously a 5-1 showing is very good. Then we've got Andrew Dickinger with Astra Militarum. Question. Let's take a poll, everybody. Do you think this is all in direct fire, or do you think this is tanks? Let me know in the comments. This is Astra Militarum with show/hide options. We've got Gonskos, Lord Solar Leontis, Tempest Zion Squad, a Platoon Command Squad, 10 Couch and Jungle Fighters. Can we real talk about how more people aren't running Couch and Jungle Fighters? At 55 points in a Chimera, I think that's an amazing unit. I don't know how people are on this. I'm on it in my GSC, and they're not even Astra Militarum. 2 solo Ogre and Bodyguard, 2, 3 units of Tempest Scions, Deep Strike units. A lot of Deep Strike pressure coming out of this army. 5 Adelan Rough Riders, a little skirmish unit. A Bane Sword, Big Chonkus. 2 Cyclops Demolition Vehicles, and 3 Lehman Russes, 2 Demolishers, and Exterminators. So no indirect fire. How's that, chat? How's that comment section? Bane Sword, 2 Demolishers, and Exterminator, lots of Scions, Jungle Fighters everywhere, all over the place. Very interesting army. When I look at this, I don't even see 1,000 points or 2,000 points, but I guess when you have 600, 700, when you have 600 points in Russes and Cyclops, then 500 points in the Bane Sword. That's 1,100 points of your army in 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 models, really just 4. And then just mission play out the butt beyond that, which is pretty nice. I'm very surprised to see this army doing so well without indirect fire, but it's a different world out there. Okay, we've got James Davis with our second Eldari. Only 2 Eldari in top 17. Times be changing. James is going Death Jester, Incarn, Ivrain, Cat Lady. So this is some Gilfesh and Yanari stuff. Double Night Spinner. 1, 2 Shadow Specters, Shroud Runner, Warp Spider, Warp Spider. A lot of trash compared to what I'm used to seeing for Eldar. Only 2 Night Spinners though, so that kind of those points go straight into the trash program. 10 Warriors, 5 Mandrakes, 5 Mandrakes. Lots of trash in this Eldar army. Ravager, Ravager, Ravager to finish it out. Very strong faction over here. Very good representation. Played well. This army is a menace. Surprised only 2 Night Spinners. If you're going to run the Night Spinner package, don't half-ass it in my mind. We've got Jeff Poole, one of the strongest members over on the West Coast with Chaos Space Marines going 5-1. Jeff's a great guy for those watching at home. He's got Abaddon the Despoiler, Undivided Dark Commune, Nurgle Dark Commune, a Nurgle Cultist Bomb, 2 Accursed Cultist Bricks, a Nurgle Forge Fiend, 4 Nurgle Blitz, 4 Nurgle Blitz, 5 Talons, 5 Talons, 2 Nurgling Squad. So interesting, there's no Chosen anywhere to be found except for in our winning list, which I think is very fascinating. But a lot more Accursed Cultist Dark Commune packages over on the West Coast than I'm used to seeing over on the East Coast. Not that I mind that. I'm a big fan of the Accursed Cultist meta. It's here to stay. And then rounding it out, we've got 2 more 5-1 players. Tyler Russo. Awesome dude Tyler is with his orcs. He's got a Beast Boss, Captain Badruck, Maz, Rog, Scragbad, Nabon, Smash Squig, and with the Head Wampus Kill Chopper, and a War Boss. Say all that 5 times fast, orc players. 10 Beast Snagga Boys, 1, 2, 3 trucks, 10 Flash Kits go in a truck, 10 Grots, 10 Grots, 10 Knobs go in a truck, Squig Hogs, 3, 3, 6. I like that breakdown. 5 Storm Boys, 4 Storm Boys, 3 War Bikers, 3 War Bikers. This looks very similar to Sean Naden's list that won Battle for Salvation just last week when we went over it. Big difference is that Sean had Gaskell and 20 boys, and he had a battle wagon for those 20 boys, whereas Tyler here has gone for Mazrog and more knobs on squigs in general. But the trash package of 2x5 Storm Boys, 2x3 War Bikers, that's the same. the very balanced amount of trucks, that's the same. And then Tyler's gone for the shooting with the flash kits, which Sean admitted. Obviously, Tyler and Sean, there's a lot of different ways to cut the orc cake, if you will. But both are super effective here, and great showing Tyler. He took a pretty rough loss, though, in round 4. He went 90, 100, 100, 32, 95, and 90. Let's see what gave him that good old-fashioned 32. Trey O'Rourke with, I don't know what army that is. Trey is playing, World Leaders. Talk about an army that'll give you a 32. It's World Leaders. Oh, my God. Yeah, looks like normal World Leaders stuff with Mauler Fiends. Basically just ran Tyler right on over. Happens to the best of us. World Leaders just be like that. And then Richard Gilchin, our last orc player, another great dude, super awesome sport. Orc players are always the best. With a Beast Boss and Swigosaur, he's kind of brutal. Mazrog Scragbad, Nabon Master Squig with Edwapa Skill Choppa, and a Pain Boss. Don't really see the Pain Boss ever. And then a War Boss with the Super Sidebark Body, which gives him 4 Feel Pain. Now, let me tell you, War Boss with 4 Feel Pain, big tough, hard to deal with. So we got 10 Beast Snagaboys, 10 Beast Snagaboys, 10 boys, and 1, 2, 3, 4 trucks, 40 dudes, 4 trucks, easy. 10 grots, 10 grots, 10 grots. People be loving the grots. Backfield, nice. 3 solo mech cannons. I don't really like these things. I think they're super inconsistent. They give a bring it down. It's on command. As a screen, 55 points, fine, but you have Gretchen units at 40, so like, why? I just don't get it. 10 knobs with power claws, 6 squig hogs, 5 storm boys, and 3 warbuckers. So it's kind of like the same orc archetype that we've been seeing, with a little more emphasis on truck boys than the other versions of the armies. Really interesting meta over here in California. We've got a lot of Chaos Space Marines, as the title would imply, but not the triple chosen builds that you would expect would be doing so well. This is much more Abaddon, Classic, Obliterators, Forge Fiends, with the Accursed Cultist Dark Commune package rounding it out. So, overall, amazing tournament. Really, congratulations to all of our undefeated players, Arthur, James, and Ruben. I personally don't love when undefeated players don't win the tournament. I would like there to be more rounds, but there are logistical limitations to Warhammer, unfortunately, where you can only play so much Warhammer in a given day. But that said, really awesome event, SoCal Open. I've never actually been myself. I've heard great things, though. I will be over on the West Coast, actually, this coming weekend to play in the Cali Cup in just a few days. So maybe I'll get a chance to play against some of these awesome armies, these Chaos Menaces, these Blood Angelists that are taken over by Storm with all their vehicles, because that is a sentence. I'm very excited. Thank you so much for watching, everybody. Do us a favor, like the video if you like this video, subscribe to the channel for your notifications about the future, and leave a comment letting us know what you think. And if you're interested in actually going to tournaments, improving your game, learning the game, becoming your best, or just getting better at Warhammer and enjoying your hobby more, I cannot implore you to check that 3-day free trial we have going on about the War Room right now. It's in the link below, thewarroom.vhx.tv. It's also right over there in this section of the title, right there, somewhere there. And basically, you're going to get access to so much content. We literally produce content every single day and release it every single day for you. We do faction breakdowns, we do meta-analyses, we do mission play tips and tools, we do 10-minute tips, we do coaching matches from the best players in the world. We teach you all the things about how to get better at Warhammer. So if you're interested in that, definitely check out the War Room. Thank you so much for watching, everybody, and we'll catch you next week.